Hi, and welcome to another episode of Inevitably Great, Season 3. And today I wanted to share something that, kind of almost, you know, uh, came out of me while reading the, umpteenth post on that at some level was, where the narrative was, athletes in that case, but it's true for entrepreneurs, managers, global leaders, whoever, like anyone, parents. Um, the narrative is always, you know, um, let's remember athletes are humans too, right? Like, let's remember parents are human too. Let's remember entrepreneurs and leaders are human too. And what we mean by that is, well, we see their results, we see their awesomeness, but let's not forget they're humans. They suffer, they struggle, they have limitations, they're not perfect. This is it. This is what we mean. This is the narrative, right? So much so that when we see someone overperforming, we often say things like, wow, he's a machine, right? Like she's a tank. Like we think all that is good in us is machine-like. It's something that it's almost as good as if a robot was doing it. And then all the difficulties and the struggle, well, that's our human part. And it's like for me, I'm saying enough with that. Enough with this little respect we show for human beings, for life. We trivialize life. This narrative of, where aliveness is almost like a hindrance, is a limitation. It's, it's just not only it's not correct, it's not based on anything scientific, it's against everything that is actually true. But it really just also lacks respect for us. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a world where we would actually respect the fact that we are alive way more? Where that was something like, oh, look at what she or he achieved because they're human. Because we will recognize the greatness comes from the fact that we're human. The perfection, we actually are. And, there's a previous episode in this season where I talk about, this myth of perfection doesn't exist. No, perfection is us. If only we knew what being human actually meant. And when we say, well, I'm only human, it's like, well, like there is nothing in this world we we could come up with that, a sentence that is comparable in strength and power as, oh, look, he's a human being. Because if we would take the time, and nobody does, but if we would take the time to actually contemplate what does it really mean to be human, to be alive, if we would take that into consideration, and we just don't. Not in sport, not in business, we don't. But if we were to stop us and say, hey, hang on a second, we're all alive here, right? Well, what does that mean? Could it be that it brings, you know, uh, power and we can get past this idea that, yeah, we're all alive, which means we're unreliable, we will struggle, we are unpredictable. No, you know what? If we would all read the user's manual, if we would all know what it means, and we would take into consideration spirit, aliveness as a factor, we would learn that being human means being the infinite expression of potential of life itself. It means being infinitely creative. It means being equipped of a GPS that will always tell us what the next step is. It will mean have solid ground. It will mean being able to feel solid, great, clear, serene, uh, and feel fulfilled regardless of what's happening. It will mean so much. that is not currently our experience of being human because we innocently don't know how the equipment works. Let's put it that way. So the problem, the limitation, the imperfection is not the fact that we're human, is the fact that we don't really know how being human works. We don't take advantage because nobody showed us of the infinite power in our aliveness. This is it for today. And till next time. Bye bye.